Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. There's this whole debate right now happening regarding the Top Gun Maverick sequel, highly anticipated, 36 years in making Top Gun sequel called Maverick. And the debate right now is the question that audience has asked and journalists have asked Tom Cruise, because he's the producer of the movie along with Jerry Bruckheimer. He was asked, why is it that we don't have a choice between streaming service, view it at home, Paramount Plus, to choose the to have a choice. Basically, the question is, why not release it on both? Streaming services, viewing at home, or people can choose to watch it in the movie theaters. So this is the question that Tom Cruise was asked uh, earlier this month by journalists as to why we don't have that choice. Why is it only at cinema? Was this a choice made on purpose, or is this something that maybe you're considering putting it on both? Well, Tom Cruise obviously stopped the journalist and told the journalist, stop. Let me answer that question for you right now. This was never going to happen. We were never going to release a Top Gun Maverick on a streaming service, period. That was never our intent, and we were never thinking about when we were making this movie to be released on a streaming service. First, the movie theaters. We want to bring people to cinema. He says this is a type of a movie that requires a cinematic experience. It's about bringing people together, getting people to experience this adrenaline rush, cool summer blockbuster film, and also to encourage, obviously, a new pilot cadets. This movie most likely gonna encourage more pilots to join the Air Force, most likely, for this generation. Hopefully, I think that's the idea. What Jared Bruckheimer and Cruz and even the U.S. Navy is thinking about, and even the Air Force is thinking about. Let's get the pilot cadets. Let's recruit more pilots, and I think this movie will recruit more pilots, 100% for this generation. So that's that. That there's another push. It's not just a movie for the sake of entertainment. Sure, it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be fun movie for moviegoers. It's gonna be cool movie. People will talk about it. There'll be a lot of cool stuff in there. Oh my god moments. A lot of cool moments and stuff like that. Sure, but at the same time, it's also a movie that it's pushing, recruitment from U.S. Navy and U.S. Air Force for new cadets to join, new recruitments. Uh, so there's that aspect. Obviously, a lot of money has been put into this movie. Um, they even went as far as to have Sony create these small IMAX cameras, specific IMAX cameras to fit inside a F-18C Hornet, and it was not an easy task. It had to be authorized by the U.S. Navy to put these IMAX cameras in there to fit them in the back, in the front, on the back wing, left, right wing, the nose. All of that stuff has to be coordinated perfectly. And then they had to also had another airplane chasing the F-18C Hornets, and of course the cameras on the ground to get the shots, cameras above with another airplanes, cameras below with another airplanes, cameras on the side from other airplanes following the F-18C Hornets, and then you got all of these cameras inside the F-18C Hornets, both inside the cockpit, in the back, outside, the back wing, left wing, right wing, front nose. So it cost a lot of money to make this movie. This is not a cheap movie. A lot of money has been thrown into this movie, so they have to make some money out of it. And also, they have to recruit more pilots and cadets. That's another idea as well. Uh, so I totally understand from a business point of view why they need this movie to be successful in the cinema first, to make all that money before they can release it to the home viewing experience. And I totally agree, actually, with Tom Cruise on this. This type of a movie needs to be experienced in the movie theaters. It was shot with the IMAX cameras, and it was, mixed with the best possible Dolby, Laboratory, Atmos, surround sound technology. And the best way to experience this movie is in the cinema, Dolby Cinema, meaning Dolby Vision, IMAX, Dolby Atmos, and that's the way it should be experienced. To have that adrenaline rush movie experience to share with your girlfriend, to share with your spouse or your partners, your friends. It's one of those movies where you're going to go to see this summer and you're going to talk about it. You're going to have that experience, right? You're not going to forget that experience. Just like I've never forgotten my experience when I went to see a Saving Private Ryan in summer of 1998. I believe it was July 1998. Me and my brother went to see it. Our girlfriends they didn't have any interest in the World War II movie. So it was me and my brother went to see it, and I'll never forget that experience when me and my brother went to see Saving Private Ryan. It was just one of those types of movies that to this day, I still remember that D-Day landing and the first, mortar that flew over our heads, and you can, hear it like dropping into the water as they're landing on the beach. And of course that the machine gun, bullets flying and all that, tearing through the soldiers on that boat. It was just a terrifying, experience, but it was nonetheless the experience that I will never forget from Steven Spielberg's 1998 Saving Private Ryan. And even to this day, viewing that movie at home still doesn't replicate the experience that I had while watching that movie in the movie theaters. And this is where I agree with Tom Cruise. Certain movies, they need to be experienced in a movie theater. While some other movies, they're like soap opera, comedy, stuff like that, or a horror movie, stuff like that can be experienced at home, in my opinion. Certain movies can be experienced at home. They don't warrant a home theater viewing. But a movie like this, it truly warrants the cinema experience because it was shot and designed and filmed the way that you're going to only experience it through a big giant IMAX screen and a Dolby home theater speakers. Same thing with the Avatar. The Avatar sequel's coming out, The Way of the Water. It's coming out this December 16th. And the best way to experience that movie, obviously, is in the movie theaters. And that's where you want to experience it, with the 3D Dolby Cinemas without wearing any glasses. This is the first time ever that you're going to be able to experience a new 3D technology where you're not going to need any glasses to watch that movie, and it's going to be a very unique experience and something that you're going to have to experience in the movie theaters to truly remember that experience. Just like you remember that in 2009 when you went to see the Avatar in 3D for the very first time. So I agree with Tom Cruise about, not releasing it on the streaming services and just releasing it on the movie theaters. And after the movie makes all its money, then you can release it on a 4K Blu-ray, digital, streaming, whatever. So I agree with Tom Cruise. But what about you guys? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Should this movie have option to be watched at home or in the cinema, or should they just keep it to the cinema strictly? What are your thoughts? What do you think? Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions on it. I personally agree with Tom Cruise. I think it should be only at the movie theaters, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Take care.